Good morning everybody, welcome back to another Chart Nerd TA video. Today we are going to be diving into the Root network. The ticker is ROOT against USDT. And again, from my crypto group chat, this was pointed out to me by one of my friends, and he said, hey, this was a few months ago, have a look at this project. It utilizes the XRPL, so it does use the XRP to facilitate its token for gas. And from then I was interested. So again, I'm just the chart guy. Do your own research. This is not for financial advice, and it's all for educational and entertainment purposes only. Now, before I start, please do forgive me. I didn't get any content out yesterday. I'm very sort of under the weather. I've got a really bad sinus infection at the moment. You can probably hear in my voice. So I do apologize for not getting any content out yesterday. Now, diving into Root, we're looking at the weekly time frame here. You can see that we've had this pullback for the last couple of months. And again, on the weekly, it's just a little bit easy to see what's kind of happened here. We had this upwards trajectory and this upwards channel that Root was holding from its inception, where it came into the market. Resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. And then on the third or fourth point of contact, we actually lost that support and confirmed it as resistance, and have since been trailing back down. Now you can see that we have approached a level of support prior to where we've been before, where we started forming this channel. So you can see that we have come back down towards the 0.0387 range, and from its local highs, the Root network is down around about 69%. So not too unfamiliar, as many alts at the moment, many alts at the moment are down those sort of percentages. Is it the end of their correction? Who knows? And just because it's down 70% doesn't mean that from price now it still can't trail down. A lot of people get confused. Oh my god, it's down 70%, it must pump from here. No, from these prices, in fact, it still can have further retracements, and it's all about holding this level of support for me right now on the weekly for Root. Because if this weekly level of support is lost for the Root network, I think we could be looking at finding a key level of opportunity and entry here. So if we go from the fib at the all-time high back down to this low here, you can see currently we've lost the 050 and the 0618 on that retracement, and we've actually come up and hit them as a wick on our heads and are being pushed down even further. Okay, and this is why I think we've lost the 050 and the golden ratio, and we've come back down to this key level here at 0.0398. So what could we be looking for if this isn't the low, if this spot right here isn't the low for us? Well, we get a fib on from the all-time high to the all-time low, back down here, and if this ratio is lost, if we lose this key level of support we have for ourselves right now and confirm that as resistance, so if we start to, I think what we might see is some relief shortly. Again, we have been on a downwards trajectory for a little while, so if we do see some relief, it wouldn't surprise me for Root to hover around here, start retracing back up to key levels of previous support, because you can see we was holding this as support before, and we've lost that support, and now it wouldn't confirm me to run up back into it again as resistance. We could potentially see Root network fill this wick in, start retracing back up to this point, but I do think at this point we could see key rejection, and we could be looking for some sort of, this is an A wave, a B wave into resistance, and then a C wave back down to the 050. And at these points, I think we could be seeing some nice relief rallies. So this entry point would be, for me, a key area. If we do see Root lose this support that it's been holding for a couple of weeks, and we was holding back in December of 2023, if you do see a rally and a fail to tackle out of this high, where we put in a lower high, for Root, so you've got this high, if we do see some relief and come up and rally and put a lower high in, I think it will give confirmation that in the next coming couple of months we could be looking to pull back to lower targets here for Root network. How long have I been saying that? Forgive me. For Root network. Blinder, what a blinder. Again, my mind's just not with it the last couple of days, I'm sorry. I did a video on Reef the other day, for God's sake. But anyways, yeah, so these are the targets I'm looking for. Now, if we get the Gaussian channel in, I think you'll notice as well that right now this Gaussian, the top end of the Gaussian is sort of creeping up, and we're looking to come back to that for support as well. So does this support have to be lost? It doesn't. Again, it's been multi-month support back in December. We've had a few weeks of support now, and we've also got the Gaussian coming up and the top end of that as support equally. So we could in fact hold here, but it's all about taking this high out. and retracing up and getting back above key levels of support that we've previously lost. So if we do see, I mean, the bullish scenario for me here is if we do sort of hold this range of support that we're holding and we just sort of go sideways for a bit and let this Gaussian creep up, and if we get the tap on that Gaussian and start coming up and tackling above, for me it's very important that we get back above 0.0649, and then ultimately you've got the local high here at 13 cents. So again, to see any sort of bullish momentum and confirmation that this is the low in right now and this is the low, we have to start seeing ourselves get back above 0.0642, holding that as support and then looking for the retest of this high. Okay, and then you've come up, you've come back correctively, and right now you're looking for the next impulsive move. So that's the bullish scenario for the Root network. But in my eyes, I still see some slight weakness in the market, and I think this is the first corrective wave back to support before a relief rally up to previous support as resistance, looking for the final dip down to get these opportunities. Now, if this sort of Gaussian does tend to curve over, I think you'll see that potentially this might offer the opportunity to come back down to the bottom or the median line of the Gaussian in time. And potentially, again, that ties up with the 0.0236, this large ABC wave that I'm looking for. And then potentially that's us done. And the correction is in. But it really wouldn't surprise me to sort of lose this level of support. It wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me. Again, from the gains that it's had, a lot of these projects since... Where was this? This was since November of 2023. We have to understand it's up at 31x. Still to this price today. Still, it's currently up at 9x. So to me, I think we do have further pullbacks to come. This couple of weeks will be very important here for Root Network. And if we do see relief, just remember we need to see this previous support that we was holding tackled out of, or at least come up to this point, put in a higher low and start building up some foundational bottom down here before getting the retest back up to these 13-cent highs. And just remember, from this current price, we're still a 230% away from its all-time high. So again, the reward to risk ratio, we could be looking at a minus 40% here, coming back down to the 0.50. If you got in now, you'd be looking at a 40% risk to reward ratio for a 230% move. So again, that doesn't seem ridiculous, but at the same time, I think we could get better opportunities on this project. So I'm going to hold my horses and see what happens at the time. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the content. So finally, just to take away, I think we are coming back here in a corrective move. And I think we could potentially see some relief up to resistance for a final push down to the 0.50, where this Gaussian potentially could meet up with over time, and we start coiling over here, come back down to key levels. And the bullish scenario for me is we hold this level of support that we're currently under now, holding now, and then we start from this point, if I can get my brush. From this point, start marching up, putting in higher lows, holding support, taking out a key level of resistance, ascending triangle, looking for the breakout and the retest of 13 cents. Okay, so it's all about holding this level of support right now. Lose it, I think we're shorting down to 0.0236. Hold it, we need to start forming some sort of bottom pattern here with higher lows and accumulation before we re-attack this 13-cent high. So I hope you enjoyed the content today and it wasn't too confusing for you guys. I do get the charts very messy sometimes. From Chart Nerd TA, take care, peace out.